What's up everybody, 40 the Broadway Saiyan here, and welcome back again to my YouTube channel, bringing you guys this time a video on Tales of Crestoria. So for this video, I'm going to be giving you guys my own personal tips to help you guys out. For those of you that have already just started the game, you've already picked out the SSRs that you wanted, and you're trying to figure out, okay, now where do I go from here? So I've been playing this game now pretty hardcore for the last few days since it launched, and there's a few things that I wanted to bring to your guys' attention that could help make, give you guys a little bit more quality of life and a little bit of a easier time as you go through the game. So the first things first, or tip number one for me, is I want you guys to go into your profile, and after you get into your profile, go into support and set your guys' support, because trust me, this is going to make a lot of your people on your friends list a whole lot happier if you have your stronger supports actually set. And what the game does is it allows you to set each support per element. So right now, for example, for me, my support lineup, I have my Stan at level 60 for fire, I have my Lloyd at level 60, I have my Sore, I have my Kanano, I have my Jude, and I have my Luger. So those are going to be something that's going to make, not only your life easier, but also for your friends that have you added. So then that way it also helps whenever you get your friend point summons, and then that way you can also do a little bit more summons for your friend points. So make sure to set your support, because you don't want to go around just having Kanata as your only support set. So that's going to be one of my tips for you guys to start after you've already started the game. Tip number two that I want to tell you guys is progress through the story, and there's going to be two key points in the story that you want to go through. So you want to clear chapter 1, part 10-1, and then you also want to clear chapter 2, part 3-5. And the reason why is it's going to unlock two very important features in the game. The first one being guild. Now, joining a guild in almost any gacha game is very, very beneficial, because one, it promotes camaraderie amongst the folks that you play with. There's actually a guild chat function, and also the guild chat function qualifies for that little achievement where you have to say something in chat, because currently right now I'm pretty sure there's going to be some of you that are still experiencing connection problems with the world chat. So once you clear chapter 1 part 10-1, you unlock guild, you join a guild. If they accept you, you can immediately chat in the guild chat, because from what I've noticed, the guild chat isn't nearly as affected as the world chat, and then you get that achievement out of the way. And then to top it off, being in a guild also allows you to donate, and when you donate to the guild, you can do guild summon points, and there's actually some really good Memoria stones that you can summon from this. So this is going to be a very good option for you to immediately gun for as soon as you start the game. Now, the other feature after clearing chapter 2 part 3-5 is going to be coming from raids. The reason why you want to unlock raids, and as soon as the game loads here, we're going to go ahead and go into raids. Alright, so we're going to go right into raids. And the raid function is very important to unlock too, because it allows you to host raids from different difficulties, from normal, hard, very hard. And what that does is you could use the aid button, and when you use the aid button, it allows other people to jump in and help you tackle down whatever boss monster that you're trying to take down. And this is also a great way not only to earn the medals, but to earn those books that you could use to increase the level of your character's specific arts. Because as you know, when you get a character, their arts are going to be at level 1. So this is a great way to earn those specific elemental books, and also some materials later on for awakenings that'll help you out, strengthen your characters. So definitely try to unlock this as soon as possible. So you unlock raids at chapter 3 or chapter 2, part 3-5. Alright, so the next tip that I have for you guys is take advantage of Arena. So even if you guys don't really care about PvP, at least try to do your 5 arena battles from the arena tickets right over here. And even if you win or lose, the rewards are worth it, because whenever you accumulate, 100 of the raid tokens, you can exchange them for the raid summon tickets, and you actually have a chance to pull a really good SSR, which is Kronos, who's a very, very good unit. So even if you lose, it doesn't even matter, especially, this is not like PvP where it's like you're facing off against a player live. It's just one of those PvPs where you face off against like the computer. It's definitely worth it just for the rewards alone. And then at the end of the week, kind of like right now as I'm showing you guys, it's going to calculate, and it's going to see where you placed, and then you get some rewards for that. So pretty cool function there. Definitely don't pass up on Arena. Now, the next tip that I want to give you guys is to take advantage of the power-up quest and also the gold quest. So the power-up quests are going to be changing periodically. So right now, upon the making of this video that I'm recording, it has all of the elements available, so I'm definitely going to be taking advantage of these. You want to try to strengthen your characters as much as possible, getting them higher leveled, getting their stats up, also leveling up the Memoria stones that they have, so then that way they benefit from the stat bonuses they get from that. Now, in touching up on the power-up quest, I also want to encourage you guys to farm up as much Gald as possible, because once you start powering up your characters, once you start increasing their levels and also increasing the levels of your Memoria Stones, you're going to start to see that the Gald cost for these specific things is really, really high. So really take advantage of farming your Gald as much as possible. Like right now, I'm currently farming it on Very Hard 2. I have it set to auto. I'm going to be tackling Very Hard 3 soon. I probably already could with the party that I have currently set up, but definitely farm that Gald and just make sure that you have a hefty amount of Gald. Also, having Gald allows you to donate to your guild if you are part of a guild, and then once you accumulate 10 million Gald across everybody that's donated, you can start unlocking those guild boosts. So farm that Gald as much as possible. Now, the last thing that I do want to touch up about, actually no, this is the second to the last thing that I want to touch up about, is what do I do with the rare Memoria Stones? Because there are rare Memoria Stones, there are SR Memoria Stones, and then there's SSR. Now for the SRs and the SSRs, you definitely want to hold on to those because they also have the characters attached to them, and generally even the SR ones have some really good effects. But what do I do with all those Rs that are cluttering? So we're gonna go into the Memoria Stone menu here, and what you could do with these Rs is you hit convert, and you could trade them off for these silver shards. You could whatever dupes you have, if you're a collector and you want to keep at least one copy of each, that's what I'm currently doing right now. But let's see if I have any dupes here. Okay, perfect. So I have some dupes right over here. So you want to go ahead and convert these into silver shards. And then what you could do with these silver shards is if you go into the exchange menu, okay, go into the shard exchange, the silver shards can be exchanged for all these different goodies. So you got summon tickets, you got strawberry gel, grape gel, and the ones that I usually go for, and they do have a weekly limit for exchange, is the Rainbow Elixir Large and the Rainbow Refining Stone Large. And the reason why is because, for example, look at this. The Rainbow Elixir Large gives 30,000 EXP, and because it's rainbow, you could give this to any character of any element, and they'll drastically improve their levels and make leveling a whole lot easier. Especially, let's say you're running low on Gald. You know, you have a ton of these different elemental elixirs, but you just don't have enough Gald to use like multiples of them. Well, just one Rainbow Elixir L alone gives you 30,000. So this is a great way to make use of some of those rare arts or rare Memoria Stones, excuse me, that you're not really going to be doing much with. Exchange them and use them for this. So that's going to be, you know, another helpful tip for you that I have there. And then the last tip that I want to give you guys is it's going to be in terms of combat. So we're going to go ahead and just go into quest right over here. And let's just go into power-up quest, right? I'll do Earth, for example. Okay, so I'm gonna go right over here. All right, you wanna pay attention to your turn order for the way that you have your characters set up as far as like order wise. Generally, you want to have your first and second character be characters that have high hit count, and the reason why is something that's somewhat unique, or very unique actually, to Tales of Crestoria, is that chain combo system where every time you build up hits, your damage increases by a certain percentage. That's very important because you want your characters that have high hit count to build that up first, and then afterwards your last characters or your finisher characters are going to be able to deal as much damage as possible. So for example, right, I have Vicious right over here. Let's take a look at his arts. So he has Arc Fire and Refrain Trigger. Arc Fire has 8 hits and Refrain Trigger has 10 hits, and then afterwards his Mystic Art, which is Precision Complex, has 18 hits. He's going to be my starter for the combo because he builds as much damage as possible, or he builds the chain, excuse me, as high as possible, and it gets you to that to that increase in damage, so then that way when your hard hitter gets to their next turn at the very end, they deal as much damage as possible. So for example, right here I have Vicious. Okay, and then afterwards my second character is going to be Soray, who I have a separate video for this character because this character is actually really, really good, specifically because of his Bolt Tempest. So Soray over here has some decent hit count. His Sword Alpha, Rain Alpha has 9 hits. His Searing Gale is at 5, but I do like that 30% chance to cast Burn. And then afterwards we have his Bolt Tempest, which charges up really quickly. So he's going to be my second character going in the turn to be able to build up that hit count. And then afterwards I have Luger right over here. He's pretty amazing too. his arts have what, 6 hits, 5 hits, and then his mystic arts has 13 hits. And then finally my finisher, which is going to be my hard hitter. As you can see, Stan, who has 3200 attack, he's going to be coming in and dealing that last amount of damage. He has 7 hits on one of his arts, and then afterwards he has 3 hits, and then his mystic art has 9 hits. So you want to pay attention to that turn order, making sure that your characters that have generally a higher hit count are the ones going first, so they start off the chain. And we're actually going to jump into the battle here before I conclude the video so you guys see what I'm talking about. And I'm going to leave it on auto just see, because what I want you guys to pay attention to is to that hit count. So as you can see, Vicious is going to start off first. Okay, he builds it up by 9 hits, 10 hits, so now we're already at 10% up. There we go, now we're at 15 hits, 21 hits, and there you go. See how you see that damage builds up and how Vicious and Sore are helping build that chain up early because they have so many hits on their arts. Okay, so Sore goes in right there with his Mystic Art, building that hit count further, and then we got Luger, and then we got Stan delivering that finishing blow. All right, so it's going to start all over again. And this is also very helpful when you're doing more difficult boss fights. For example, if you guys are doing the Phantom Tower, this is a great way, you know, to understand how the damage system works in this game and being able to build off of that, you know, increase in percentage damage. All right. And as you can see right there, you know, whenever Stan goes in, because he is such a hard hitter, he just, you know, he just deals, you know, that last finishing blow that is just so much damage. All right. And as you can see right there, I mean, with just alone with that Mystic Arts, we get so many hits from Vicious. All right, so we're going to start that up all over again. All right, Sore goes in. We got that hit count climbing. Now it's at 20%. And then we got Luger adding in his Mystic Arts. So we're gonna have damage up at 40%. Just look at that. Look how much damage we just did right over there. All right, so we're going to see that build up. We're all over again. So 4 hits. And then Stan goes right into his Mystic Art. Very nice. Very, very nice. All right, so I'm just going to wait for this battle to finish, but hopefully this gives you guys a better understanding of the combat system for those of you that are starting out. I'm still learning some of these things myself, and I'm pretty sure there's other ways to definitely optimize, you know, to capitalize on the amount of damage that you're able to do. All right, just look at all that damage just piling up right there. All right, Sore again going in with his Bolt Tempest. I just love how fast he charges up his Mystic Arts. And then Stan with the finishing blow. All right, guys, so that is going to conclude my video for some helpful tips to get you guys, you know, going after you choose your, your SSRs and things like that. And I'm not going to go over any tier lists because I feel like tier lists are, they're kind of a gray area, especially right now for this game because it's very young. I think right now, just go with your favorites or, you know, go, if you get like 2 or 3 SSRs, I think you're set in stone. I don't really think that tier list is something you really want to pay attention to because the game's PvP even is not real PvP. So right now, just enjoy the game for what it is, you know, enjoy the SSRs you have, and also hopefully these tips help you guys out in, you know, progressing further into Tales of Crestoria. All right, guys, this is 40 the Broadway Saiyan. Stay tuned for the next video, and mahal, guys.